game called Wall Destroyer. You have options to select different sprites, which is shown here, and you can see people's high scores in this menu, and then you can play the game where blocks are falling towards you, and your purpose is to avoid them. Each block has health represented on the screen, and if you hit a 3 block, then you lose 3 health. Your health is displayed up here, and your score, and the total mean of all the high scores, and the highest score available. And this is saved, all the high scores are saved on the SD card, which is written to at the end of each game and read from at the start of when you click the high score screen. And the game is also able to be booted from the SD card. That's the major things.
So you can just turn on the FPGA and then
the program itself
right away.
To reset it here. And
then it will boot the game from the SD card.
Okay. So now you already started it again, right?
I just reset the
Okay.
and I just boot it again.
So it takes like 10 seconds or something to read the whole.
It took like 10 minutes if we had to boot from the computer.
Yeah.
It saves a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we tried to build a game called Blocks vs. Balls. It's a mobile app in which you have a ball that moves around, and then you have to avoid the blocks. You can pick up health. We took this a bit further, and we implemented a bit of power-ups as well to really engage the player in the game and to make decisions more important. So sometimes it's important that you lose some health to get the right power-up, and you can benefit yourself from the right choices. So it brings a bit of strategic elements to the game. And we also tried to engage the player by making more of an artist style that is the 8-bit style, sort of like the old school games. So most of the graphics are designed to look like 8 bits. Also the text around the games are also featuring this type of style. So we try to keep the theme of the game consistent throughout the so every sprite of the player can pick is animated, so it's a bit more lively to look at.
We started to make a bare metal what we wanted to implement, and that was to have some sort of graphic. We chose VGA, and to have something like debug, we used the buttons on the Cybo as debug. So we implemented the game based on that, and when we implemented the keyboard, we started by using polling, where you look in the software when there's a new character on the keyboard, but to see if it worked. And when it worked, we used interrupt instead. So when a button is pressed, the system gets an interrupt, and it then runs a software routine where it calculates the new position of the player or shifting mode in the game.
For the keyboard, when it was implemented, at first we used a key mapping function where the hex value was sent, and then that would send another, like the letter, let's say E, and then if we receive the letter E, a function would be put through.
So let's try to look at things a bit more high level. So what is the thing that you're most proud of on what you've done?
I think the collision detect is...
Yeah, the collision detect was very difficult to implement. And the way it works is that the box has 3 points in the bottom, so you can walk through the side of the box with the sprite, and it won't detect because the screen is so flat. We decided to go with this, where we could have easily done the same as we did with the power-ups, where we have an extra 3 points at the top of the box that would have made collision on the sides of the box as well. And then when the box is moved, we check to see if the top left corner from the top left corner we can find the bottom of the box. Then we test if the bottom of the box is in the area that the sprite covers. So the sprite is 99 times 99 pixels, and we test to see if it's in the same 99 times 99 area as the sprite is covering. And if not, then it will just proceed. If it is, then depending on what you hit, you will either lose some health, and the block will be moved, or you will get the power up. And
so when are you successful? I mean, when do you win in this game?
You can't win the game. It's an endless game, so you can. The point is to get the highest score available. So it's like a lot of mobile games where there's no end screen. It's only you lose or you keep going. So the point is to beat other people's high scores, which is why we implemented the high score system. So, and the high score and the mean is always displayed, so you know what to beat.